Hello and welcome to Brett Dupree's Awesome Health Journey. Of course, I am Brett Dupree. Today's topic is very simple. Sometimes I talk about things that are going on now, and this week, the beginning of this week has been um, shitty. I think that's the technical term. It has not been the most fun week of my life with my computer crashing and having to start over and dealing with that, the mistakes made, and all that work, and just really frazzles my week. And then something happening that I'm not going to go into, but that's deeply emotional for me, and dealing with those emotions, and it kind of brought up my loneliness again. That wasn't fun. And then taking my car in, um, and taking my car in and having to put over $900 on it, which I wasn't expecting. I should have. That's why you got to read those stupid things you sign and figure that out. But no, I didn't allocate that to my budget. So now all my budgeting work feels frustrating. I'll never get ahead. And then also just haven't been able to sleep, probably because of new medication. And all this medication changing and stuff is making my body feel different. Like, I don't feel bad. I'm not really having a lot of nauseous feelings right now, but it does feel different, and that's just taking some getting used to. And it's just like yesterday was a crescendo of everything and I was like, oh man, this really sucks. And I decided to go into one of my pockets of things to do to help me when I'm just emotionally and just frazzled and frustrated, which is emotional eating. And Popeyes added uh, um, bacon and cheese to their spicy chicken sandwich, and I haven't got that in a while. So I ended up doing that. I also got a side of mac and cheese, and then it sounded good. 6-piece ghost pepper fries, uh, wings, and then of course I got 2 strawberry biscuits because I haven't tried those either. And so yeah, I mean, calorie wise, I barely ate breakfast. I mean, I ate a regular breakfast, and lunch was non-existent. So it wasn't overly bingeful, but it was a lot of food at once, and it didn't help at all. So yeah, basically, my medications combination of the metformin and the Ozempic, I just felt nauseous. I felt shitty. That did not make me feel better. That just made me feel worse. Um, you know, uh, Eventually though, I used my Zen as fuck. So can we get that? Can't get that. It's from this Adore with a Z sisters with a Z candle.com. Eucalyptus, peppermint, and lemongrass. I actually bought it because of the peppermint. Peppermint helps with nausea, and I also bought some green tea to help with nausea. And you know what else actually worked? I did my 20 minutes of dancing, and I felt actually less nauseous and emotionally better after that too. That really helped. But I have to recognize the fact that when it comes to emotional eating, volume is now out of the question. That's not in my toolbox anymore. I have to take that tool and throw it out. Sometimes eating a little extra, a little more, get the stomach kind of full after eating like a plethora of foods does make me feel good, and I have been using that every once in a while. I don't use that as much as I used to, but I still had that in my toolbox of something to make me feel better, especially when I just dealt with so much crap in such a short amount of time that just made me like, once I started feeling better, talk to a friend of mine, so I started feeling better with the loneliness, and all of a sudden, then I was able to feel the frustration on my budget. It was just, what a day. What a couple of days. But, yeah. So sometimes in life you just have to adjust. I mean, I still have emotional eating in my toolbox, but it's going to have to be all about quality, not quantity. It has to be like, ooh, I feel bad, so I'm going to eat a little bit of ice cream, or a little bit of something sweet and tasty to make me feel a little better. It can no longer be a big chunk of food to numb a little bit or to get the emotionals down a little bit. So, and I have to associate more dance and meditation, and maybe put on some comedy or something, something to make me want to laugh so that I can forget about it. I mean, that's what life is all about, rolling with the punches and working with things. And I know the universe is not set up in weeks, so it was just a shitty 3 days. And oh, did I add that like I'm not sleeping well, especially on Monday. Like the first day I took Ozempic Sunday night. That next night's sleep was terrible. I don't know if it was from the nausea or from like the pain of my body from all that walking, and it was just like, oh man, it did not feel good at all, at all. So yeah, Monday I was tired, and then my computer started crapping. Oh man, that was so much stuff. But I was able to get through it, and as I said, the universe isn't segregated into weeks, so this is not going to be a bad week. It was just a couple of 3 days, nothing I can't handle, nothing that was like even call someone because I can't handle it right. It was just more like, oh man, this is just a bunch of shit at once, and it was just like makes me feel bad because it was just a bunch of shit at once. But overall, it was fine. It was fine. I'm gonna be fine. But just sometimes in life I have to adjust to new realities, and that's what I have to do. That, and one of my new realities is no more volume emotional eating. That is no longer something that makes me feel better. That is something that makes me feel worse. And it makes sense because everything I read about Ozempic and is that's what it does. That's what it does. That's something it does. I mean, I'm not even on the full dose yet. I'm still on the getting used to it dose. And so I'm sure that's going to be even worse once I get to the full dose next month. So yeah, that's what this was about. Just rolling with the punches. Sometimes you have to, roll with the wave. And it was just frustrating. It wasn't that bad. Nothing I haven't been handling or can't handle, right? It's just, unless you want to send me $1,000. You want to do that? Yeah, thanks. Anyways, like and subscribe.